Right now, on to the point.
He hasn't responded. We send emails, we send text messages, we send letters.
Where is Kevin Kiley? The people in his district say they can't get a hold of him, but he says he's proud of how connected he is with his constituents.
Plus, growing fears of economic turmoil amid Trump's tariffs.
I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country.
Tonight, the stock market taking a hit as more tariffs are threatened. More fallout from federal workforce cuts.
There's hundreds of us that were just starting out that will no longer be able to work.
The impact to a decades-old fellows program, and later new details about the possible resentencing of the Menendez brothers, why the district attorney says he opposes their release. Good evening. Thank you so much for starting your week with us. On to the point, I'm Alex Bell. Unanswered calls and emails. That's what the people living in Congressman Kevin Kiley's district say they get when they try to reach out to him. And today, hundreds of people showed up to his office in Nevada City demanding answers. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen shares his constituents' concerns and how Kevin Kiley is responding himself.
130 people was the count that I heard in line waiting to be seen.
Shelley Frost is referring to this line leading into Congressman Kevin Kiley's Nevada City office. The Auburn resident was one of hundreds of people lined up on Monday demanding Kiley host a town hall meeting.
We haven't seen him in person. We have so many things, so many issues. Of course, the economy, Social Security, the environment, veterans concerns, education, the Department of Education, the tariffs.
Last week, dozens of people protested in Roseville asking for Kiley's whereabouts. Sue Michaels was part of that protest and says she's had her own struggles trying to contact him.
We've messaged him repeatedly asking for a town hall. We've gone down to his office. We had a protest at his office. And we have not heard back.
This is Congressman Kevin Kiley's Rockland office. And the problem for many of his constituents is they say he's never usually here. But he says he and his staff are doing everything they can to stay in touch with the people in this district.
I'm very, very proud of having one of the best constituent service offices of any district in the country. And this has been validated even by the numbers in terms of the number of cases that we close.
ABC 10 asked Kiley if he plans to have a town hall anytime soon. He says because his district is so large, teletown halls have been more convenient for him and his constituents, and that one is in the works.
So I think we have our next one scheduled pretty soon, within the next week or two, something like that. We'll do them once a month or something like that through the rest of this year.
But Kiley's congressional website shows there are no scheduled upcoming teletown halls or in-person meetings. ABC 10 reached out to his office to get a comment regarding town hall meetings and a response to the criticism, but his spokesperson did not provide an update.
Jeannie, so we know Congressman Kiley's constituents, they're getting impatient. What's their next move to try to get some answers from him?
Well, Alex, there is a group called Indivisible Nevada County, and they will be holding their own town hall later this month in Nevada City. And they have invited Congressman Kiley to be a speaker and encouraged him to come, but it is unclear if he plans on coming to this event. And of course, I've posted the details on that event on our website at abc10.com.
All right, Jeannie, thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, all eyes are on the stock market today as U.S. stocks plunged amid an escalating trade war and fears of a recession. The Dow Jones dropped 890 points. The Nasdaq sank 4%. The S&P 500 dropped 2.7% and at one point was down 3.4%, on track for its worst day since 2022. And it all comes as President Trump is threatening additional tariffs on major trading partners. We know Canada is pushing back with tariffs on American goods, even threatening to withhold electricity from across the border. The back and forth is triggering major economic uncertainty. Christian Cordero has the details from Washington.
President Trump has called tariffs one of his favorite words, but today, even the threat of them being imposed is sending uncertainty to the stock market and store checkout lines. Trump's hesitant to rule out a recession this year, asking Americans to be patient.
Oh, I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country. It's going to make our country rich again.
The president imposed then paused a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico last week. He now vows a 25% tariff will kick in on Wednesday against all foreign steel and aluminum. He has also promised reciprocal tariffs on countries who retaliate with tariffs of their own. The European Union has been in conversations with the U.S. to try to avert tariffs. Its commissioner claims U.S. officials aren't as interested.
We jointly identified a few areas that would allow us to move forward by fostering mutual benefits. But in the end, as it said, one hand cannot clap.
And Canada, which just elected its new prime minister, has enacted $30 billion of retaliatory tariffs on American imports, including orange juice, peanut butter, and appliances. The province of Ontario today slapped a 25% price increase on electricity it exports to 1.5 million Americans in New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. That's an extra cost of at least $200,000 a day.
If the Trump administration falls through on any more tariffs, we will not hesitate to shut off their power as well.
Moody's chief economist tells ABC News this year started with a recession risk at around 15% and is now 35% and rising. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
A partial government shutdown is once again looming. Congress has until midnight on Friday to pass a bill keeping federal agencies funded through September 30th. House Republicans over the weekend unveiled a 99-page bill that would provide a boost to defense programs while trimming non-defense programs. That approach is likely to be a non-starter for most Democrats who have long insisted that defense and non-defense spending move in the same direction. Speaker Mike Johnson is teeing up the bill for a vote tomorrow. Meantime, more fallout tonight from the Trump administration's federal workforce cuts. Hundreds of presidential management fellows at USAID have been terminated or placed on administrative leave. People gathered outside the building today as employees walked out of the office with their belongings. The program, which was created back in 1978, was seen as a building block for the civil service, with the expectation that the few who earn the position would one day become leaders in the federal workforce. One of President Trump's executive orders ended the program. Now that program is uncertain.
I love the work that we do. I really care about it. I wanted to stay for the next, 10, 20 years. I wanted to build my career here. There's hundreds of us that were just starting out that will no longer be able to work.
The Trump administration has ordered agencies to lay off nearly all probationary employees. That included recent classes of the Fellows Program, which has a 2-year probationary period. And new tonight, the Senate has confirmed Republican Congresswoman Lori Chavez-DeRemer as U.S. Labor Secretary. The vote was 67-32, with 17 Democrats voting yes and 3 Republicans voting no. This position puts her in charge of enforcing federally mandated workers' rights and protections. All right, a lot more news to get to, so still head on to the point. The new details of the Menendez brothers case, why the district attorney is asking the court to withdraw the brothers' resentencing motion.
And the weather today is pretty nice. Tomorrow, not bad either, but big changes on the way for Wednesday and Thursday. Rain, snow, and wind returns to Northern California.
Plus, changes are coming to Medicare, why you soon might lose access to certain benefits. All right, let's bring in meteorologist Brendan Minchev with a look at our forecast. Absolutely gorgeous today, nice and warm. All that going to be changing, though.
All that goes away in 48 hours.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, rain, snow, wind on the way. But today, though, was really, really nice. Probably had the windows open. We made it to 70 in Sacramento today, 72 Stockton, 69 down in Modesto, 72 Vacaville, 70 in Fairfield, about 64 up in Placerville, 54 in Truckee. In the valley, we were running about 4 degrees warmer than average for the time of year. But again, all that is about to change. You see a lot of pink on the map. That's a winter storm warning, and that begins late Tuesday, continues through Thursday. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Right now, though, 68 in Sacramento, 70 in Vacaville, 65 in Fairfield, 67 in Elk Grove, Stockton, Manteca, and 69 down in Modesto, 57 in Placerville, 63 in Auburn, 52 Truckee, 47 in South Lake Tahoe. We are going to lose temperature again, going to cool off overnight. Tomorrow, though, honestly, another pretty nice day. We'll call it mild and a little breezy as well. 67 Tuesday afternoon in Sacramento, 69 in Elk Grove, 69 in Stockton as well. Tomorrow afternoon, 70 Manteca, 70 in Tracy, 69 Modesto, 50s and 60s in the foothills, 50s up in the high country for Tuesday. But again, this is just kind of that transition to the next storm. We're looking at a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of valley rainfall, depending on where you are. Valley temps in the mid-50s Wednesday and Thursday. Feet of Sierra snow on the way and very low snow levels all coming with this next storm. So as we look at Futurecast through Tuesday, just a few clouds out there, maybe some very light snow showers, especially down near Yosemite. That'll be about it, though. But you see that winter storm warning kick in overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, and here comes that rain. Snow begins early in the Sierra, about right around sunrise, if not a little bit before. And then we've got rain in the valley. The heaviest rain comes through around lunchtime into the early afternoon, just ahead of that cold front. Look what happens when that cold front moves into the Sierra late Wednesday. That snow level really starts to drop. We're going to see very heavy snow Wednesday into Thursday. Some more wraparound rain and snow on Thursday afternoon, early, and then late afternoon as well. So really 48 hours serve a lot of rain, a lot of snow, and I didn't show you the wind. We're going to see wind gusts of 35 plus miles per hour in parts of the valley on Wednesday. So yeah, a pretty significant winter storm on the way, Alex.
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Next, on to the point, the LA District Attorney releasing his decision about the Menendez brothers resentencing. We'll tell you what happens next. Plus, CAL FIRE releasing more fire hazard maps, the possible impact to homeowners, and then a warning about a new scam, the latest fake text message that you should be looking out for. New developments tonight in the Menendez brothers case. Eric and Lyle Menendez, their case captured the nation's attention 35 years ago when the Beverly Hills brothers murdered their parents. The Los Angeles District Attorney today announcing his decision in the brothers' attempt at resentencing.
Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman announcing he does not believe the Menendez brothers should be resentenced, but will allow their resentencing hearing to go before a judge later this month. Eric and Lyle Menendez have been behind bars for 35 years, serving life in prison without the possibility of parole for murdering their parents back in 1989. At the trial, the brothers claimed self-defense, saying they suffered sexual abuse from their father and believed their parents were going to kill them.
Our position is that they shouldn't get out of jail. Now, ultimately, that is a position.
The new DA going into great detail about what he says is the brothers' premeditation and lack of credibility and willingness to lie, stating examples from the 90s trial, including self-defense, being the brothers' reason for murdering their parents.
But for now, while the Menendez brothers persist in telling these lies for the last over 30 years about their self-defense defense, and persist in insisting that they did not suborn any perjury or attempt to suborn perjury, then they do not meet the standards for resentencing.
Hochman leaving the door open for him to support a resentencing, but only if he says they take responsibility.
They have not exhibited the full insights and accepted complete responsibility for their actions, and as a result, they pose an unreasonable risk of danger to the community, and the resentencing should not, therefore, be granted.
Eric and Lyle Menendez are pursuing two other paths to freedom, one calling for consideration of new evidence, a letter Eric wrote to his cousin before the murders detailing his alleged abuse from his father. They've also asked for clemency from Governor Gavin Newsom, who has ordered a risk assessment investigation before he makes a decision.
Menendez family members issued a statement today saying the DA is, quote, holding Eric, Lyle, and our family hostage, adding that the brothers have apologized for their actions and also demonstrated their atonement. The resentencing hearing for the Menendez brothers is currently scheduled for next week. The suspect accused in Stockton's serial killings was in court today for a competency hearing. Wesley Brownlee was arrested in October of 2022 for homicide. He's charged with 7 counts of murder in fatal shootings that took place between 2021 and 2022. In court today, the defense handed over new documents to prosecutors who will need to review them. The defense requested and set a new date for April 28th. A partial settlement was reached today in the civil trial against the Sacramento Police Department. The lawsuit accuses the department of using, quote, unfair excessive force based on the race and politics of people demonstrating. It dates back to 2020 when protests broke out following the murder of George Floyd. The department agreed to pay the plaintiffs $350,000. The agreement does not resolve the claims against the department. The plaintiffs will continue with a bench trial on injunctive relief. The latest phase of updated CAL FIRE hazard severity zone maps was released today. Now people in Sacramento, Amador, and Calaveras counties can check the likelihood of wildfire behavior right in their area. And this is the first time that these maps have been updated in more than 15 years. People will be able to see 3 levels of hazard, which are moderate, high and very high. Chief Daniel Barlett with the California State Fire Marshal says the maps are an accumulation of firefighter experience and the work being done by their team of fire scientists. He says they are critical to building more wildfire resilient communities.
They're meant to connect certain wildfire mitigations, like how wide we make the roads, the level of water supply available to fight a fire, green belts and other fuel reduction to hold back a wildfire, but also for the building code, how we construct these new homes. We build them to a higher standard in wildfire-prone areas.
The California State Fire Marshal says they are seeing more cities in Sacramento County designated at the moderate or high level, but he notes cities like Rancho Cordova and Folsom were not previously mapped. Over on the ABC 10 Plus app, we are looking at the recovery from the Los Angeles wildfires and the impact that it could have on the insurance crisis here in California. Just look for the special on the home screen. And just so you know, the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app is completely free to download to your TV. All right, let's get into your price points tonight. Sources tell ABC News the Justice Department is in the early stages of investigating major egg producers over soaring egg prices. Egg prices have doubled since January 2024 and have skyrocketed just over the last year. Department investigators are looking into whether the major egg companies are sharing information about supply and pricing, possibly contributing to price increases. Egg producers, including the industry's trade association, have said the soaring prices are due to the avian flu. The investigation is being run out of the antitrust division of the Justice Department and won't necessarily lead to any legal action. Changes could be coming for Medicare recipients as soon as could be coming to Medicare recipients as members may lose their telehealth benefits by the start of April. At the end of the year, Congress passed the American Relief Act, which was signed into law by former President Joe Biden. This act keeps the government funded through mid-March and also includes a short-term extension on Medicare telehealth flexibilities. That extension is set to end on March 31st. There is a chance that Congress can extend that deadline, though. And the latest jobs report shows unemployment went up slightly in February from 4% to 4.1%. And it is a small jump, but big enough for scammers to try to take advantage of you. So let's get to our Verify team. They're breaking down the latest scheme and what you should be looking out for.
Yeah, there are so many things in here that are questionable.
Cybersecurity expert Eric Cron says texts like these are designed to distract you from red flags.
They want you to feel good. Hey, several people have told us what a wonderful person you are, right? Who wouldn't enjoy hearing that about themselves?
It looks like a great job offer, remote work built around your own schedule with time off. But Cron says a closer look exposes the scam.
If you're going to get a call from an organization about potential employment, it's probably going to come from human resources, not a customer service person.
Some other dead giveaways: an email address that looks auto-generated, parentheses around the company name, meaning the message is likely a template scammers use. And the Federal Trade Commission says if you didn't apply for the job, it is most likely a scam. Cron says these phony texts are more powerful than ever right now because of how the U.S. workforce and economy are changing.
The timing couldn't be better. The more stressed we are, the more emotions we're feeling, the more likely we are to take a step with one of these that we wouldn't normally trust or engage with at all.
Remember, job applications often ask for personal information you do not want in the wrong hands. So if you get a text like this, do not respond. Home Depot tells us they only hire through an online career portal, which is also the case for most other major employers. With your Verify, I'm Courtney Robinson.
Next, on To the Point, how a local filmmaker is giving a voice to Sacramento's unhoused community. All right, before we go here, a local filmmaker is offering a sneak peek screening of his new documentary about Sacramento's unhoused community, and it's called Unhoused Neighbors. This feature-length film follows more than a dozen people experiencing homelessness, ranging from young adults in their late teens and early 20s to seniors who are living on the streets.
it's not a moral failing to experience like severe poverty. What I hope as a filmmaker, as the director of the film, hope that people will walk away from the film thinking about is the common humanity that we all share.
The sneak peek screening is at 6 p.m. on Friday, March 21st at the California State Railroad Museum in Old Sacramento. Tickets are just $10 plus fees. That is our show tonight. Thank you so much for watching and for inviting us into your home every single night. If you have something that you think we should be looking into, you already know exactly what to do. You can always reach out to me and the team. Just send us a quick email at tothepoint@abc10.com. And remember, strangers are just people that we haven't gotten the chance to meet yet. So take the time to get to know someone. And To The Point does not end here. You can always watch our stories, download them for free on our ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. It goes straight to your TV and it is completely free. Have a great night, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.